Hi buddies, hope you're doing fine. இந்த வீடியோவில் TNSET எக்ஸாமுடைய ப்ரீவியஸ் எக்ஸாம் கொஷின் பேப்பர் தட் மீன்ஸ் 2018 நடந்த அந்த கொஷின் பேப்பர் தான் வந்து பார்க்க போகிறோம். அதுவும் பர்டிகுலராக வந்து சொன்னோம் அப்படின்னா இங்கிலீஷ் மேஜரில் பேப்பர் 2 உடைய கொஷின் பேப்பர் வித் ஆன்சர் தான் பார்க்க போகிறோம். So, if you are ready, let's get started. First one of the following dramatists did not belong to the group of university wits. Identify him. Actually, 4 options வந்து கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ராபர்ட் கிரீன், ஷேக்ஸ்பியர், தாமஸ் நாஷ், ஜான் லைடி. இதில் ராபர்ட் கிரீன், தாமஸ் நாஷ், ஜான் லைடி இந்த 3 பேருமே வந்து யூனிவர்சிட்டி விட்ஸாக வந்து வருவாங்க. இதில் ஷேக்ஸ்பியர் மட்டும் கிடையாது. ஸோ அதனால் the answer is ஷேக்ஸ்பியர். And the second question is, Spenser's Amorati is a collection of his love sonnets. Third one, the Puritans closed the public theatres in September 1642. So here the month is September and the year is 1642. So we have to remember the month. So that is September. And the fourth question is, who is the author of the medal? John Dryden. Fifth question is, Humphrey Clinker is the best and the most entertaining of Smollett's novel. Sixth one, there pause with melancholy state by all the solemn heaps of fate. These lines are from the A Night Is on Death poem. Seventh one, who is the author of the poem? The Gaia Byron. And the eighth one is, Goethe's Wilhelm Meister's apprenticeship is translated by Carlyle. Ninth one, William Stubbs, Edward A. Freeman and Samuel R. Gardiner were historians of the Victorian period. 10th one, the Parliament Act of 1911 is the most important piece of legislation in the constitutional history of Britain in the 20th century. 11th one, Edward Bond contributes to the abolition of theatre censorship in UK with his play Saved. Shepard received the Pulitzer Prize for Drama in the year 1979 for his play Buried Child. 13th one, Gayatri Chakravarti Spivak discusses the feminism and critical theory with the ideas of Karl Marx. 14th one, Levi-Strauss describes Bry College not only as an intellectual activity but also as a mythopoetical activity. 15th one, Shakespeare's line, to be a comrade with the wolf and the owl is an example of synecdoche. 16th one, treating loft and elevated subject in a low and prosaic manner is known as burlesque. 17th one, euphuism attributes to the labor and affected style employed by John Lyly in his Euphues and his England. 18th one, Thomas More's Utopia was published in the year 1516. 19th one, Marlowe's Hero and Leander version is heavily influenced by the work of the classical poet Ovid. 20th one, 18 of Shakespeare's plays were published during his lifetime in the small format, inexpensive books called quartos. Then 21, the play The Devil is an Ass is written by Ben Jonson. 22, The Pilgrim's Progress is the most popular allegory in English and its basic metaphor involves life as a journey. 23, Dryden's play All for Love owes much to Shakespeare's Antony and Cleopatra. 24, Pope criticized Lord Hervey in his famous Atticus passage which appears in his epistle to Dr. Arbuthnot. 25, Edmund Burke's Reflections on the Revolution in France is an attack on the French Revolution and its English sympathizers. 26, Byron's The Vision of Judgment is a devastating satire on the life and death of George III. 27, In the end of the poem, The Princess by Tennyson, Ida and the prince look forward to a future in which man will be more of woman, she of man. 28. Coventry Patmos, The Angel in the House, is criticized by feminists for the sentimentality of its ideal of woman and for the oppressive effect of this ideal on women's lives. 29. The novella Heart of Darkness deals with the story of the seaman Marlowe who fresh from Europe is sent on a boat journey up the Congo River to relieve goods. 30. E.M. Foster's Where Angels Fear to Tread is a tragic-comic projection of conflicts between refined English gentility and coarse Italian vitality. 31. In Endgame, Ham's parents Null and Nag live in two garbage cans. 32. Tom Gunn's On the Move explores the conflict between instinct and poise. 33. Portrait of the Artist as a Young Dog is an autobiographical work by Dylan Thomas. 34. Hemingway's novel For Whom the Bell Tolls is about the Spanish Civil War. 35. The Canadian short story writer Alice Munro won the Nobel Prize in Literature in the year 2013. 36. Similes which are used for the purpose of explaining a subject fully may more properly be called illustrations. 37. Rhyme Royal is a stanza of 7 heroic verses, the first 5 rhyming at intervals and the last 2 in succession. 38. The main part of the first book printed in England, the Dicters and Sayings of the Philosophers, was the work of Lord Rivers. 39. Certain Eclogues by Alexander Bartley is the earliest English collection of pastorals. And the 40th one, the stock pastoral characters such as Scuddy, Colin Cloud and Perigord take part in the Shepherd's Calendar. 41. John Lyly gives in the first examples of romantic comedy through his Camp and The Woman in the Moon. 42. Ben Jonson was the first great English neoclassic for whom the chief function of literature was to instruct. 43. Amelioration, a word derived from the Latin verb melior, meaning better. 44. Pejoration is a process that attaches negative connotations to a word. 45. Addison is a master of the Attic prose. 46. Pope's The Dunciad places Theobald as a favorite of the goddesses of dullness. 47. A group of poets of the 18th century who took death, loss and mourning as the theme of their poems were called Graveyard School of Poetry. 48. Critics of consciousness are also called as Geneva School of Critics. 49. Écriture is a term which refers to writing, which is creation. And the last one is, who is the architect of the theatre of cruelty? Antonin Artaud. That's all about this video. Hope this video will be a useful one, and thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you're having any suggestion, let me know in the comment section. We'll see you next video. Tada, bye bye.